Liverpool 5, West Ham United 2. They're not going to have an easier game than that all season, are they? Well, they haven't had an easier game than that all season.
They just scored when they wanted to, really.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity at 3-1 to throw Callum Wilson on and have a real go, but we didn't.
What do you make of that? Was he saving him for Wednesday?
Well,
did he think the game was over, so what was the point of putting him on?
He might be saving him for the summer, you never know. If you got a player on the bench that can change a game or progress a game for you, why not have him? You know, why not put him on and give it a go?
I think at 3-1 he should have maybe done something different, but he didn't.
He definitely should. You could hear people around us saying that we had them a little bit rattled.
No, you're the one that kept saying they were rattled.
No, there were people behind us as well. You can ask Churchy. But if we, throw them on, take a chance. Get it to 3-2 and who knows?
Yeah.
But no. 4-1, had it, all gone.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
Do you know what? I thought at times we played okay, we were attacking them. We had a lot of bad luck in that game. Little touches didn't go our way. Could have been better on another day, but I thought it was quite unlucky.
But we gave away some really easy goals.
Oh, absolutely, we did, yeah.
We gave away some dreadfully easy goals.
Yeah, we did.
That fourth one, their fourth and their fifth.
It's a shame that they scored so early because we started to come into the game after 10 minutes and, we started to look good, and...
Going forward, the midfield's starting to shape up.
Yeah.
But until you really sort that defence out, I mean, Diouf was off the pace all day today, if you ask me.
Diouf, I think, was the worst player on the pitch today.
Yeah.
You don't normally say, a player that hasn't had a good game, because over the last half a dozen games or so, they've all sort of put good effort in.
Wan-Bissaka's not 100%.
No, he started off quite poor today, Wan-Bissaka, didn't he? But he came into the game a bit later on.
Yeah, but Diouf didn't.
No,
really.
No, not really.
Diouf didn't.
He was pinging balls to the corner flag, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
a couple of fouls that maybe the ref could have booked their players. Cynical fouls when we're pushing forward. Who knows? But we don't ever get much here. So
yeah, no. But for a team that has done really well over the past few weeks in terms of our defence, to have allowed 5 goals to go in today was a shock, really.
It was almost like every time they sort of went forward with, meaningful attacks, they sort of put the ball in.
Yeah.
Last goal, what was the last goal? Deflected, did it off someone's leg or something? It was a weird goal. Suddenly ended up in the back of the net.
From where I was.
Yeah.
You were in my way.
So probably was. But it's almost like I felt sometimes at times the way that we played and was trying to attack them and they got well. It's almost like the scoreline tells a different story, but it's a ground that we just don't have any luck at.
Yeah, we don't have luck at this ground, but
No.
I think we were just, in terms of our defence, I think that's the biggest shock for me. And I know people are going to say, well, what did you expect? We lost 5-1 the last 2 visits here. But given that our defence has improved over the last few weeks, it surprised me immensely how easily they cut through us.
They did.
I mean, you heard it. They read the team sheets out and you go, oh, fuck.
Well, did we though? It was the same lineup as last week. I don't think.
No, not in terms of what we've got, because what we've got is what we have. And that's our strongest lineup. But they read their side out and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
because
I look at the way they played.
Man for man, player for player. They should beat us every fucking week.
But I look at the way they played last week against Nottingham Forest, and they were lucky to get a win. And that's what gave me a little bit of hope today. It gave me a little bit of hope that maybe we might be able to get in their faces. But you're right.
I don't think it was a good day for Liverpool, against Forest. Whereas today they seemed quite comfortable. Yeah.
We made it comfortable.
Probably.
We all came with a bit of hope today. We did. Let's not get it wrong.
But we made it. Did we? I mean, conceding a goal within the first 4 minutes
Yeah.
The first thing was I mean that set the tone, didn't it? For the
Yeah, and
rest of
it's
the
a
game.
soft goal.
Another
It was
one,
an
yeah.
extremely soft goal. You know, their best goal was their third one where McAllister got it on the.
Yeah.
You know, and that was
Yeah.
you know, you applaud that.
You do.
But the other goals, all the other goals to me were like.
I mean, what was it? Van Dijk header, wasn't it? Was it Van Dijk
Yeah,
header?
for
into
the
Park?
second goal.
And then what happened later on?
was
It looked like
miles
Bowen was
above
marking him
everyone.
on that last corner. I mean, why is Bowen
Why was
marking
Bowen
Van
doing
Dijk?
the tallest player on the pitch?
It just didn't look right. So,
But that Van Dijk header, he was miles above everybody else.
Yeah, he was. You know, and there's another thing that's disappointing because I thought we'd sorted that out. I thought we'd sorted out, you know, set piece
Crosses
goals and
and
crosses
yeah.
and stuff like that. And today,
Maybe-
it looked as if we'd sort of gone back to doing all the bad things that we were doing early season. We started to do them bad again.
yeah, I think half our problem is that we again just drop a little bit too deep. I was watching and you got someone like Van Dijk on the halfway line and we're nowhere near him. We're sitting far too deep. Whereas if you look at the way that they defend, it's nowhere near as deep as us. Which, you know, invites them to put balls out wide, put a cross in. And
So
it's just
you-
pure bad
You
sort
bring Todibo back next week?
Oh, you know,
been good.
was it a bad day at the office? Was it just a bad day at the office, or you know, or have we started to do bad things and where we need? I think there'll be changes on Wednesday. I think there's no doubt. There's no doubt he'll make changes on Wednesday.
But that-
and I do, and I know. You know,
Today, that was our strongest side. I truly believe that.
But I know people don't like it, but my gut tells me the reason why I didn't bring Wilson on is because he's going to play him on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that a tatty or?
I think with
Or
I think
as well as.
I think as well as. No, all right, but people will say, and rightly so, that's no reason not to play put a player on. But my gut tells me he's going to make a few changes. I think Todibo will come back in on Wednesday. I think
You've
Wilson.
got to give him game time, haven't you?
Got to give him game time. I think Wilson will start. I don't know whether Malik will start on Wednesday. I think Scarles might come back in on, or Myers might come in on Wednesday.
Well, I was saying, get Skulls on the pitch.
You were, yeah. Malik had a really awful game. Really awful game. I think he was one of our worst players today.
Yeah.
But was that a 5-goal?
That's what I'm saying. I think if you look at the highlights back again and watch the way that we was attacking at times, and we had quite a lot of bad luck.
It wasn't a 5-goal game. No.
Right.
No.
This is what I'm trying to get in my head.
Allison went straight to Bowen and
I
it
think
sort
we
of
have
didn't
to go
connect.
straight down there.
Yeah, it is down that way.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm questioning. Was that a game where we deserved to get 5 goals scored against us?
Kids are all queuing up for the buses, but there are never enough buses.
Probably not.
Walk then, fuck it.
Yeah.
Walk. You know, that's in my head. You know, it didn't feel like a 5-goal. We gifted them at least 3 of those 5 goals. I think we gifted them pretty easily.
Yeah.
You know, and that's to me that was the disappointing part of the game today, is that we gifted them goals. You know, they're not a team that need to be gifted goals. You know, especially with the way that they played last week.
Does it break your heart walking past taxis?
Does it break my heart walking past taxis? I don't know.
No, it's one of them. I think you're right. The scoreline looks quite flattering to Liverpool, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I think if we look at the full highlights back, you know, we didn't do too bad. It's a lot better than I've seen us sort of, you know, attacking Liverpool.
We did
at
get
Anfield.
into it, when you know, but it looked like we had to go 2 goals down in order to start
so
playing.
bad about it, but there were chances like at 3-1 when we should have put Wilson on.
Yeah. And I get that. And
I
really
agree
had
with
to
you.
go
And I
back.
agree.
At
Yeah.
3-1 was the time for us to
really press on.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-1 would have been, you know, we got a goal back then. Within, you know,
And
5-10
then who
minutes,
knows? Yeah.
it'd been game on.
And
wouldn't
I agree. So me saying that I think he's saving Wilson for Wednesday, it's not because I didn't want Wilson on, but I think I agree. I think he should have come on you
Yeah,
know, at
we had-
3-1, really
well,
pressured them, and who knows?
It was,
Who knows?
you know,
Does it break your heart walking past the buses now?
No, not really, because they're all full.
They're not. They're empty, all of them.
Well, they'll be full in a minute, and there's a massive queue. So, and don't forget, all the traffic down here means that we'll get there before the buses do. Oh well. Anyway, anything else to say before we?
No, not really. You know, there's
Onwards and upwards. See you at Fulham.
see it for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, Fulham. It's a big game.
It is.
It's a big game. Who are Forest playing this weekend? Who have they got?
Don't know. Not sure.
You know, now we've got to rely on Forest and Spurs losing so that the gap doesn't widen.
Yeah.
You know, that's the other disappointing thing. But oh well, yeah, big
We
game.
just got to worry about ourselves.
We have, yeah, absolutely. Oh well, that's it.